And I think at the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish with these kids and with these teams is to create that bond and that camaraderie that you feel that you only can feel when you're a part of the team.
Yeah. Maura Ambrose, National Director of Development for Team Impact. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, I am very excited to hear about the game day gala happening on April 11th at the Encore Boston. This is going to be a huge day for Team Impact. Can you explain, what does the day hold? What does this represent for your organization? And why is it such an important moment for Team Impact, for the kids, and for the participating athletic teams?
Absolutely. So the Team Impact Game Day Gala is our 14th annual event for the organization. So it's an event that's been going on since the inception of the organization back in 2011. And the gala is really an opportunity for us to bring together the entire Team Impact community for one night to raise important funds for the organization, but more importantly, to celebrate the work of Team Impact. So on an annual rate basis, we bring together about 1,000 supporters within the Team Impact community, from the philanthropic community, from the medical and athletic communities. And then on top of that, we invite our participants. So we have Team Impact families, we have Team Impact kids, student athletes, coaches, mascots. It's really a full community event that comes together to honor the work of Team Impact and celebrate the amazing stories that this organization provides.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many incredible stories to tell, stories of triumph and heartbreak, and gets you all in the feels. So I bet viewers are really excited about that. But, one thing that Team Impact does, that your program does, that's very unique is you do this sort of long-term relationship with the teams where, children facing serious illness or disability have a multi-year relationship with these athletic teams. How does that connection support a child's social and emotional well-being beyond just their medical treatment?
That's a great question. So, Team Impact is an organization that connects children with serious illness and disabilities with college sports teams across the country. So, the way the program works is once a child is referred to the program, they are matched with a college team local to where they live. So, they're able to get to campus and be a part of that team as much as possible. And the best thing about Team Impact is that though these experiences are amazing, there's great photo moments, there's amazing stories where you can see the children with their teams. But when you look under the hood at Team Impact, there is a real clinical model that it underpins the entire program. So the way that we look at Team Impact is the way that when the child is diagnosed with a medical diagnosis, they are treated physically within the four walls of the hospital. But Team Impact really is that extension of the child's care team. So when they leave that hospital, they then have a full team with Team Impact to treat them on that social and emotional level. And what better way to do that than to have an entire team wrap themselves around not only the child, but the siblings and the parents so that everyone feels supported as they're going through the program. And Team Impact is a 2-year experience for these children in these teams. So it's not just a photo op where the child's a mascot or a one-day ball boy or Batgirl.
Right.
These relationships grow over the course of 2 years, where these children form deep relationships with the student athletes, and the student athletes form as deep relationships with the children and families. And the goal of these relationships is to help these children with their individual needs on a social and emotional level. So each of our children are given an individualized game plan when they come into the organization to understand what that team needs to do over the course of 2 years to help that child get to where they need to be at the end of the relationship. And in some cases, it's been really amazing because we've seen these relationships grow far beyond 2 years. I mean, we're not ones to stop the relationship. So in some cases, these truly become lifelong bonds that really form through the Team Impact program.
I can imagine that sort of incredible bond that these teams have with these young kids, and seeing them thrive in these environments where they get to really just let go of their stress and just be a kid and be immersed in a team sport that is so important for development. And, one of your core messages is about getting all kids in the game. And, how do you do that? I mean, what does that mean in practice? How do you take a kid who is disabled or has serious illness and make them fully immersed in this environment? And, how do you make them feel like they're a part of the team?
That really is where, at our core, we're all about making sure that the child truly feels like they're a part of the team. And that starts at the very beginning, where we make sure that once the child is matched with the team, they are immediately connected with the teammates on their team. So they're connected to the student athletes and the coaches to form their individualized relationship. And then every team impact relationship kicks off with a signing day. And what that means is that the team will host the child and their family, typically on campus, and they'll host an event similar to how someone would sign their national letter of intent to make their commitment made to that school.
Right.
We have kids that will go on campus, they'll sign their national letters of intent. The teams will present them with their own team jerseys. They'll get a locker in the locker room. It's known from that point forward that they are a part of that team. And what that looks like is different for every child that comes into Team Impact. So we have some kids that are, immediately folded in and are at every single practice and are traveling with the team at home games and away games. And they're very, very visible on the benches and sidelines at the games. And there's other kids who may have more limitations, but because they're a part of the team, the student athletes will fold them into the regular communication. So they may be able to stay in touch via text messages or emails, or they'll be invited to events that may be a little bit smaller, that may make them feel more comfortable. And I think at the end of the day, what we're trying to accomplish with these kids and with these teams is to create that bond and that camaraderie that you feel, that you only can feel when you're a part of the team.
Yeah.
So there's definitely opportunities for them to feel a part of the team, from being able to, be on the sideline. But at the end of the day, it's all about the friendships and relationships that are built between teammates that creates that unbreakable bond and that support that you can find nowhere else than being a part of the team. It's really where Team Impact, I think, thrives.
I mean, you couldn't be more right. As somebody who did team sports my whole life, there's really nothing like that bond. And a child who was born into circumstances where they can't have that, in an authentic way, this is the perfect solution for that. So thank you. And, Team Impact started right here in Boston, but has grown to be a national nonprofit that, thousands of communities have resonated with. How does it feel to see this program grow to this level? And, why do you think this model has resonated so much with different communities?
To see Team Impact grow has been the joy of my professional career. I was the first employee at Team Impact, so I've had a front row seat to see this organization grow from a really cool idea to national movement. Our first match was made in May 2011, where we matched, at that time, 8-year-old Ben with the St. Anselm's men's hockey team. And at that point, we saw the spark. We saw the special relationship grow between Ben and the guys on the St. A's hockey team. And to now see that we have more than 4,000 kids matched with teams on more than 800 college campuses in all 50 states, impacting the lives of more than 100,000 student athletes over the course of the last 15 years. It just shows that there is something special that happens when you bring these two, what seemingly are polar opposite populations, together. It is, as I mentioned, a spark ignites, and it's something that you cannot create anywhere else. And I think when we started the organization, our idea was that we would be able to help these kids using the vehicle of college sports, really not understanding the impact that we could have on this next generation of leaders, these student athletes who are also at a really formidable time of their lives as well. 18 to 22, when they're going through a lot of developmental changes, they're in college, they're super focused on their athletic careers, giving them an opportunity to learn empathy, to learn what it means to have a bad day, to learn resilience. I think what we're doing truly is a win-win. We're impacting these children and families, but the impact we're having on this next generation who are leaving their college careers, entering the workforce as more empathetic and civically minded people, is something that I think is what separates Team Impact from any other organization. We're truly having an impact on every person that's a part of the organization.
I mean, I didn't even think of that aspect of it. That is so true, because it's not often that as a young, developing person, college age person, you get the opportunity to interact with somebody who is going through something completely different from your own timeline. And that opportunity is completely unique, and you cannot find it. You guys have lightning in a bottle here. So I'm just so excited for you to share with our viewers where they can learn more about the Game Day Gala happening on April 11th, and also about where they can learn about Team Impact.
Great. So our website is our best place to send people to learn more about the organization and our gala. So our website is teamimpact.org. If you're interested in learning about the gala, it would be teamimpact.org/gala.
Well, thank you so much, Maura. And I'm so excited about the Game Day Gala, and I can't wait to see all of the smiles on the kids' faces.
Thanks so much. Us too.